this is Ana Kasparian of the Young Turks. Now, just to be clear, typically I can't stand her or Cenk Uygur. Sometime during the past 8 or 9 years, they've both turned into two of the most hate-filled, bigoted, mean-spirited content creators on the internet. They're constantly shaming others for not thinking like they do, constantly attacking people, particularly the people they call GOP conservatives and Trumpers. And again, I don't consider myself a GOP conservative or a Trumper, but I also don't consider myself a foaming at the mouth rabid leftist either. And these people take great pleasure in attacking and shaming everybody who is not a foaming at the mouth, rabid, extreme leftist. And for this reason, 99 times out of 100, I don't agree with any of the things that they say on their show. I think most of what comes out of their mouths is hateful, bigoted claptrap. But just this one time, she actually managed to say something that I agreed with for once in about 9 years. Here goes.
Who is there raising your kids? Keep it real, Cenk. The fact of the matter is, you need a dual income household to make it work, right? To afford kids in today's economy.
There you have it. Once again, for the first time since I would say around 2014 or so, Ana Kasparian actually managed to say something that I agree with. Even a stop clock is right twice a day, right? In her recent video about Matt Walsh, in which she outlined how he attacked a woman, and this isn't the only woman that Matt Walsh has attacked recently. There have been a couple. For not having children, not being married, and having the audacity to speak up about it on social media, because apparently, according to him, it's some sort of a crime, some sort of an affront for a woman to be single and childless. And the woman he attacked, whose first name is Julia, is just one of two that I found. She's 29 years old, unmarried, and child-free. And she described what I think was a day in her life on TikTok. Now, personally, I don't use TikTok and don't have anything to do with it. But I think this was where she posted her video. And Matt Walsh responded by calling her stupid on Twitter. And not long after that, he managed to find another woman. Here she is. Once again, I don't know who this person is. It's not Julia, it's somebody else. And Matt Walsh posted as a caption to her video, "It would be great if we could go just one day without a woman on social media promoting shallowness and selfishness as a path to joy and fulfillment." And so I'm pretty sure that he doesn't actually know this woman. He just happened to find her video on TikTok and call her selfish and shallow because she doesn't have children and is apparently recently divorced. And once again, I don't know who this woman is, but here Matt Walsh, who has a net worth in the millions, anywhere from $7 to $9 million. That's how much Matt Walsh is worth. He is referring to these women as stupid, shallow, and selfish because they do not have children. Okay, now, I am an unmarried woman who does not have children, and this is for you, Mr. Walsh. You want to know the reason why I chose not to have children? Well, here goes. Let's go back to 1994, shall we? When I was in my final year of junior high, and for the past 3 years prior to this, have been regularly teased and picked on by my school peers because my family lived in a low-income housing project in Tacoma, Washington. We didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have the latest fashions. I didn't wear the most hip, cool clothes. And my siblings did not either. And as a result of that, we were constantly made fun of, picked on, and bullied by other kids. And occasionally by adults as well. And in 1996, I believe it was in April of 1996, at the end of April 1996, I swallowed 60 aspirins and had to be taken to a hospital to have my stomach pumped with syrup of Ipecac after 3 full months of daily bullying by a high school classmate named Nick Pruitt. Okay. I'm lucky to have even survived this, as a matter of fact, and for years afterwards, my stomach would feel strange, weird, whenever I took any medication at all after having ended up in the hospital due to a suicide attempt. Now, Mr. Walsh, I imagine if you should stumble across this and hear this, you probably think this is funny because as a rich white man, I imagine you don't have any empathy for people like me. But it was after this that I made the personal decision never to have children of my own. And it's not because I'm selfish or shallow, but it's because of my own personal fear that if I ever did, they would attempt or commit suicide due to school bullying just like me. Okay? And once again, you go ahead and mock me, you can shame me, you can laugh at me, call me names, whatever. That's if you ever stumble across this video, which is probably not very likely, but since you dislike women so much, especially women who don't have children, call them names, call them stupid, shallow, selfish, and goodness only knows what else, you can go ahead and mock and shame me for something that happened when I was a child myself that I did not have any control over whatsoever, and something that to this day still affects my life. So, go right ahead, Mr. Multi-million-dollar rich white man.